we are going over PO30, which is writing the unit rate for a given ratio. We already know that a ratio compares what? Oh, please. A ratio compares what?
Part to a part.
Very good. A part to a part. And we talked about ratios, rates, proportions. They're all very similar. They're all going to be covered in this unit. And a unit rate is kind of a special type of ratio, a special type of rate. Think back to last year, or if you've done con, what did you have to do to calculate the unit rate for a given ratio or rate? Anything? Okay. All right, well, very good. We'll all learn something new. A unit rate is a ratio or rate. I'm going to calibrate quickly here. My right and left. It's a ratio or rate with the denominator of 1. Okay? It's a ratio or rate with a denominator of 1. Okay? It breaks it down to 1 unit of whatever it is that we are comparing. Okay? So, for example, that $12 for 3 gallons, it's written in fraction form because we are dealing with rates now, although we could write this as, ratio 12 to 3. It'd be the same thing here, okay? But $12 for 3 gallons, the unit rate is saying how much for 1 gallon, right? It breaks it down to a unit of 1 gallon. So if it's $12 for 3 gallons, how much would it cost for 1 gallon? You pay $12 for 3 gallons. How much would it cost per gallon or per 1 gallon? Nolan?
$4?
$4. How'd you come up with that?
I just divided 12 by 3.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do, right? Because you were saying that 3 gallons of probably gas, maybe milk, I don't know, cost $12. It makes sense that $4 per gallon, 3 of them, 4 plus 4 plus 4 would bring you to the 12, right? So to calculate that unit rate, what Nolan did, just divide 12 by 3 is perfect. Okay, you can even take that ratio and just go like this. Everyone watch. Watch. So 280 miles for 4 hours. If we're looking for the unit rate, we're asking the question, how many miles in 1 hour, right? I've written that rate over on the side for you to get that unit rate. We're just comparing it down to 1 of whatever unit we are talking about. So if you can go 280 miles in 4 hours, probably we're assuming we're driving here, okay? How many miles is that in 1 hour? Josie, and how'd you get that? 70. Exactly. Okay, 280 divided by 4 will tell you how many miles per hour. Okay, how many miles per hour? Finally, 35 claps in a quarter of a minute. Everyone, I want to time you. Get ready to start clapping. Don't do it yet. Wait till my signal.
Sorry for that.
Okay, are you keep track in your own head. Ready? And go! Keep going! And stop! How many claps did you get in a quarter of a minute, which is 15 seconds? Raise your hand. No. 70 claps in a 15 seconds? Yes.
I forgot.
Anyone else want to share?
I did so much that
I stopped at 8.
Okay. So let's just go with Nolan there. Nolan, how would you calculate if you did 70 claps in 15 seconds? How many claps would that be in a minute?
70 divided by 60. I don't know.
If you can do 70 claps in 15 seconds, let's draw a little clock up here, right? From 15 seconds is like from here to here, okay? If you can do 70 claps in 15 seconds,
Ooh, 70 times 4.
aha, right? You do another, again, if you maintain the same rate, you didn't go faster or go slower, you do 70 in the next 15 seconds, 70 in the next 15 seconds, and 70 in the next 15 seconds, for a total of
280.
280 claps in a full minute. Okay? So notice how this time Nolan said 70 times 4 instead of something divided by. Why would that be here? Why to get the unit rate, which is the how many claps in 1 minute, because that's our given unit here, right? One minute. How many claps in 1 minute? Why would you multiply by 4 in this case instead of divide like we did in the other two? Mia?
Because it would get bigger.
Because it's going to get bigger, right? Our original denominator here is a fraction. It's less than 1. Okay? So when that happens, you actually have two options. You can either, and we'll go with this 35 here, not the 70, because that's the actual data here. You could either take 35 times 4, because if you do 35 in a quarter of a minute, right? 35 times 4 will give us a full minute. Or, remember what happens when you divide by a value that's less than 1? What happens to the original value, that first number, that 35, when you divide by a value, boys, I need you folks up here. When you divide by a value less than 1. Someone take 35 divided by 1/4 and tell me what you get.
140, the same answer.
The same answer. When you divide by a value less than 1, your original number gets bigger. Okay? And so when you have that fractional denominator there, you can either multiply by 4, because 4/4 make a whole, or you can still do what we did in the first two, divide by that denominator, and you're going to get the same result. Okay? 35 divided by 1/4 or 35 times 4, either way, gives you 140 claps in 1 minute. Right? So don't let that fractional denominator throw you. You can still do what we did up above. Still divide by the denominator, but you also have the option of just multiplying by 4, because 4/4 make a whole. Right? How we doing?
Good.
Okay? All right. The key point here says to find the unit rate, write the rate as a fraction and simplify to have a denominator of 1. By doing this, you are calculating how much of the numerator will equal 1 unit of the denominator, thus the name unit rate. So your homework for tomorrow is to simply find the unit rate for each of these questions down here. 18 apples in 6 baskets. We want to write that as how many apples in 1 basket. If 18 apples would fit in 6 baskets, how many apples would fit in 1 basket? You need 6 baskets for 18 apples. How many baskets would you need for how many? 1 basket would hold how many apples? 3. How'd you get there?
You just divide 18 by 6.
Exactly. Okay? This is one where you don't need to make it harder than it is, right? You are literally, all you're doing is dividing that 18 divided by 6, because the two fractions, 18 over 6 and 3 over 1, are equivalent, right? We're kind of dealing with equivalent fractions here, but we're adding context to it. $22.50 in a third of a day. We're looking for how much money would you make in 1 full day? $22.50 in a third of a day. How much money in 1 full day? So a day is 24 hours, right? So a third of that would be 8 hours. So the first 8 hours, you make $22.50. The next 8 hours, you make another $22.50. The last 8 hours, the last third, you make another $22.50. How was that in all?
67.5.
$67.50. How did you come up with that?
I multiplied 22.50 times 3.
Exactly. Since our unit there, our denominator is a fraction, you've got two options here. You can either multiply that 2250 by 3, because a third, 3/3 make a whole, or you could also do what we've done in the others, divide 2250 by 1/3, and you're going to get the same answer. Does anyone know how to put a fraction into a calculator? Maybe we should talk about that.
Well, you do like 1, and then you do the division.
Okay, so if let's go back to that clapping one. If you wanted to divide 35 by 1/4, you can either put that 1/4 in parentheses, okay? 35 division symbol and then 1/4 in parentheses, or there's this little button on your calculator, and it's the ABC button. It's kind of like above the 7, somewhere up near the top. It says ABC on it. Yeah. That button is your fraction button. When you push that, you get this little marker that looks like a backwards L.
Yeah.
And then you type in 1 divided by 4. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I got that backwards. Your division symbol would come first. Sorry. And then 1 ABC 4. And your calculator display, it should look like this. Okay? That button tells your calculator that you are dividing by a fraction. And if you press enter, you should get 140 based off of that. Right? So you can either do the parentheses method, 35 divided by 1 divided by 4 in parentheses, or you can use that ABC button. Don't pay attention to this part here. But 35 divided by 1 ABC 4, that's what you see in your display, and you get 140 as an answer. Okay? So either way is fine. Do show your work on this page. Show how you get from one to the other. Even if it's just, I use my calculator. Show me what you put into your calculator, just like I did. 2250 times 3 got me that. Great. 18 divided by 6 equals 3 over 1. Great. Whatever you want to do, don't just have an answer, though. Give me some sort of work. Then down at the bottom, maybe some more applicable stuff. You take out a $16,000 loan to help pay for college and schedule a 5-year plan of equal monthly payments. To the nearest dollar, how much will you pay per month? Okay, so this actually kind of helps with like a budgeting standpoint here, which at some point you're going to have to learn how to do on your own. Budget things. Okay, $16,000 loan. How much will you pay per month if you pay it back over 5 years? And then your favorite basketball player, Shevin Koltz. Anyone know him?
Yeah,
He plays for the Russian national team.
Yeah.
Scores 1,262 points and grabs 533 rebounds in an 82-game season. Write each stat as a unit rate per game. Whenever you see stats, right? You're watching football on Sundays or basketball on ESPN or hockey or whatever it is, and you see like points per game or your goals per game, whatever. All that is a unit rate because it's breaking it down to how much you get per game. Okay, so you see these all the time. You see unit rates all the time. Whenever you're comparing to one of something, miles per hour, okay, it's all written in unit rate. Questions on what you are to do? Is there another you'd like to go over? Anthony?
Basketball.
The basketball one? Okay. So we're looking for what he actually scored is 1,262 points in 82 games. Right? We'll just abbreviate that P and G there. If we want to figure out how many points is that per game, what do we do? Divide what?
1,262.
Exactly. Divide 1,262 divided by 82. Okay? Remember that fraction bar is division? It's kind of already set up for you. 1,262 divided by 82. It's already written as a fraction, it's written as division for you. You just have to do it. And what is that?
15.
15.3.
15.3. With that low of a total, you must have a lot of assists. Think, right? And then you do the same thing for rebounds in a game.
15.4.
What?
15.4.
Does it round up?
Yeah.
15.4? Even better. Here I was short changing him. Okay, 15.4. And then the same thing for the rebounds, right? 533 rebounds in 82 games. How many rebounds is that in one game?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you ever think I'm just doing a fantastic job and just want to show your appreciation, clapping is very, very good. It warms me inside. But what I would really, I've been trying to get my hands on this for years, never have, is asking a lot. But an autographed Shevin Colts rookie card. If you could get your hands on one of those, that would really fill my heart.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Autographed rookie Shevin Colts card. Verified. None of this black market stuff. Okay? Verified.
Hey.
Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, comments, congratulations, criticisms?
He's got PSA.
Okay, your homework is to finish the rest of the page, show your work. That's how you math.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Where's my?
Hey.
Oh, there we go.